Good day, crafty chums. It's Nikki here, aka Carson Cat, aka Carson Cat's Life, and I'm coming to you today with a live card making video, and it will be a start to finish video, and you'll see all the mistakes and the boo-boos and the moaning and groaning I do, and everything else that goes along with making a card. So, yes, you will hear me moaning and groaning quite loudly sometimes, I expect. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be doing the card yet, but I will be doing the card. Because, yeah, sometimes I don't make up my mind until I'm actually doing it. And so that can mean that sometimes, you know, I don't quite get it right. And I haven't practiced this one or anything, so it's going to be absolutely live and as it is on the button. Sure, yes. So this is going to be it. And so I'm going to be using a card sketch today. And this is the card sketch that I'm going to use. And it's from deconstructinggen.com. It's the deconstructed sketch, and I think this is number 191, card sketch 191, and this is the card that I'll be making today using that sketch. It looks like it's probably a square card, so I'm going to go with a square card construction, and I'll probably do it 5 by 5. I think that'll be well big enough. 5 by 5. I could do it 4.5 by 4.5, but I think I'll do it 5 by 5. Yes, decisions. There you go. 5 by 5. So, bearing that in mind, we'll get started by just doing the card base. That's always a good place to start, isn't it? The card base. Five by 5. So 10. So I can't do a 5 by 5 because, of course, this isn't quite big enough, is it? 5 by 5, of course it is. Don't be silly. 10. It is. I'm just being silly. Just being silly. 5 by 5. So 10 by 5. I've got the lights on here because although it's, what time is it? It is 10 a.m. on Tuesday morning. It is still dark outside. It looks like we're going to have an overcast day today, so which will be a bit doesn't make you feel too good, does it? So I'm just going to score this in half. Will eventually get myself a different bone folder because I don't like this one. Usually I manage to cut through the paper when I use this one. Oh look, I'm doing 2. Well, there you go. Making 2 cards. I wonder why the card stock felt thicker. Do you think I should do 2 at once? So, as I say, the base is always a good place to start. Just going to remind you there, I am going to chosen a kind of chosen this paper to go on there because it's always good to get a contrast in colour and things. So I've chosen this card to go on, colour cardstock anyway, and I'm going to make that as a layer on there. Sure, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do next. You should make that a layer. So 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to cut it 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. I'll keep referring back to the cardstock and the card sketch all the time as well, because it's always helpful. This paper here is Basic Grey. So it's a nice paper. Tea Garden, this one's called. Basic Grey Tea Garden. Very nice, I like that green. It's very cool. So like this. And I'll keep referring back to the cardstock just to the sketch as often as I can. And I'll probably put it somewhere under a pile of stuff as we go on and not be able to find it. So what I'm going to do next is cut this bit here. It's an angle one. So I'm looking for some more pattern paper. Oh, not that one, because that's exactly the same. It was that one, which I think will probably be nice and bright and cheerful as a looking for my cutter again. I know I'll keep putting it down and not finding it in all kinds of silly things. As I said, you know, as I go along, I'll be grunting and groaning and moaning and whatever. So I'm doing this one 4 3/4 wide. So I'm going to do that at 4 1/2. And I am going to angle the paper now and just take a slice off. It's just a feeling that I have on that. So probably measure once and cut, measure twice, cut once. So fit on like that, which is good. Looking good. So along this, hi Debbie, nice to see you. So along this sketch here, it's got this band. So I was going to do it as ribbon maybe, but I decided not to. I am going to paper piece that one across there. So that's the bit I'm going to cut next. And I'll probably make it an inch wide, I think. And I've got another pattern. Sure. See how wide these are. What's that? That square there is probably the right width, maybe 1 and a bit, yeah. So I'll probably just cut along that line there as we go. And this one will be 4 3/4 wide as well. As you can see, it's starting to layer up now and is starting to look like the card sketch. starting too. I might, on the bottom of the basic grey papers there, they have like these borders, which I always think are rather nice. And another one there. So, and also this at the back of this one has got other borders as well. But quite often, if you cut off this piece of the paper at the bottom there, it does look rather nice. And you can decide how much you want to show and things like that. So I may just cut that one off as well and use that underneath there. I suppose I should measure it and cut it that way. Actually, I might go from that side. So I've just started to deviate from the card sketch just a little bit, but it's only a little bit. Because I think you're supposed to put your own spin on things anyway, aren't you? So there's that. And I've got 2 banners here. 2 banners. So I've just got to cut those as well. And then I can do the sentiment and the circle. I wonder if I've got quite a few dies. So I'm just going to, I'm not sure I got banners that big though. So I'll just have a look. See if I've got banners that big. This is my die storage. It's not very good, is it? It's a bit pants. And I can afford to buy the magnetic strips and that to the rest of the magnetic strips. I should put the rest of my dies away. That's not it. The ones I was looking for. I know I've got some bigger ones. Oh, here they are. I have got big ones. There you go. See, which is cool. I think these are NFT dies. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to use the 2 smallest ones on there. They seem to like fit the size of the card right, just right. So there, I'll be using those. Just have to decide on the papers now. It's all patterns, isn't it? Patterns, patterns, patterns. Looks okay, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've just seen how much I have to cut because it won't go through my die cutting machine like that. my big shot. Won't go through it that width, so you know you've got to cut them off a bit. Okay. You like watching the big shot go through? I don't have any metal plates or anything to keep it down, but don't really need it. I do have to try and cut it straight though, because I have got a pattern on this. I can't really be wonky on the pattern, can I? My granddaughter loves playing with this. My littlest granddaughter, she just comes in and she comes into my room and she just turns the handle and plays shooting the plates backwards and forwards. Hi Candy, hi Sandy. So yeah, she just comes in and I have this out on the table in my room here, and she'll just sit there and she'll spend hours just turning the handle. Makes her very happy. Just put this to the one side because I do have some more cutting out in a minute. So there's that. As you can see, it's coming together now. And I've got my two fishtails. I wonder if there's too much black on there. Now this is where the live stream comes along really nice in the fact that I can ask you. With the banners. So this is the card sketch there. With the banners, this one here, is it better the stripy black or the same? Yes, I mean, just anything to turn with. I'm sure they have great fun with it. She's only 2, so she's not really into doing anything with it yet, but maybe a bit later on. So yeah, so the stripe on the green side. Or maybe I'll go with the bigger stripe and the green on top of that. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Yep, I'll go along with that. Looks better. Debbie, you read my mind. Yeah. That's good. Okay, so my next bit is this bit here. And it's a circle. So I've got to do a circle cut. And I've got these ones. It's I think it's Mother's Day coming up. It's either coming up very shortly or I've just missed it. Because I tell you, I'm in so many countries that I just lose track of everything. I just don't know, whether I'm coming or going. So this one is from Lily of the Valley in the UK, and on their stamps they do what they do is, I know that they do free shipping. So the stamps are really good for that. That's not the one I wanted, was it? I'm sure there was one there that said Happy Mother's Day. Happy everything. Happy birthday, happy, there it is. I knew there was a Happy Mother's Day there somewhere. Happy Mother's Day. Got Happy Father's Day too. Happy birthdays, things like that. In this other set, of course, they've got the masters, and then you can just like all of these other words that will interchange in there as well. So it's a really versatile stamp set. I like them. And then this one is very cute. Believe in fairies, dreaming everything wonderful for you. For you. Magical birthday, sunshine and smiles, world of magic, your wonderful dreams, days of summer. I mean, it's just lovely. I like their stamp sets. I really do. So what I need is a stamp block, which I thought I'd pulled out of the drawer, so I wouldn't have to go searching, but obviously I didn't. So stamp block. I thought I was so well prepared this morning. You know what thought did? Thought was wrong. So anyway, so I'm going to stamp this one first, and then I will cut him out. I use the VersaFine ink just because you get a nice impression with it. Better than Memento ink and that. That's always assuming that my stamp is clean. I mean, sometimes you wipe them off with the baby wipes and that, and then you get little fluffy bits on there, and so you have to go and wash your stamp then. But yeah, that's a nice clean impression there. It's good stamps. Good stamps. And now I want my circle dies. And 1, 2, 3. I've got it marked here with a bit of washi as to this is the one that fits on these. A little bit easier for me if I had a hand punch there, and I do have the hand punch that fits these, the hand punch size that fits these, and it's much easier to use than putting them through the big shot, but of course they're on the boat. They weighed too much to bring with me to New Zealand, so they stayed on the boat, and I missed them. Along with my bone folder. I can't imagine why I didn't bring my bone folder. Maybe I did. Maybe I put it away somewhere. Anyway, I'll have to stand up for this just to get it centered right. Then my little bit of OCD comes in. Gosh, my cat started giving me cuddles, which is nice. He's getting used to me now. Cat cuddles, you can't beat him in the morning. Yeah, we also, not only do we all have a little bit of that OCD thing going on, we also have a little bit of the forget the names of things going on. Sometimes the name just completely escapes me. Okay, I was looking for my other circle dies for a bit of fancy bit around the edge. Got these doilies, but I've never yet managed to get them to successfully cut out, so I might be giving up on them soon. I might have a go at sharpening them, you know, with a, I believe you can sharpen them if you run them through with a bit of baking foil or something. Yeah, absolutely. When you film, the words that you were practicing in your head before you started to turn the camera on just absolutely fly at your head. Here they are, some scallops anyway. Could do it as a doily, couldn't I? Have a look at it being a doily or scallop that's a bit big. That will be just showing. Maybe I'll do 2 of those. We'll give it a go. Have a go at different things. It's that tip of the tongue retrieval. I'll tell you, when you get to a certain age, that tip of the tongue retrieval of words just goes straight out your head. It's very annoying. Very, very annoying. Right. Okay. Both. See, Sandy? Both. I'm glad you're all agreeing with me today. Now, the thing is, do I want to add in another colour, or shall I go along with what I've got? I don't know. What's on the back of this one? Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. That's that one on the back of that one. I do like this one as well, so I'll do a black in that. We'll do black in that. We will do a, so that's a yellow. So we'll do a green in that and a green in that. Did I have a smaller piece there? I don't want to keep cutting up large pieces. I did have a smaller piece. And we'll see thingamajig. Pass me the thingamajig. I've got a small piece of cardstock there, so I'm not wasting a nice piece. Yeah, I tell you, when you get to when you've been with your mum long enough, you absolutely know what she means without her even having to say the word properly. Pass me the, and you just pick it up and give it to her. Well, when we were at home, it used to be like that. Not with my kids, but it's quite funny that with my mum it was like that, but not with my kids and me. It's like they were never like that. I've got to carefully put all my dies and that to the side, very carefully, so I don't end up losing them all. Well, I'm being really Scrooge from the paper. Did I go all the way through? Yeah, I did. Try not to knock my cup of tea off the edge if I go too far. Got a nice cold cup of tea there now. This is another thing to use a seam ripper for. It's a pokey tool. I like tools that have more than one purpose. Okay, almost at the point now where I can start putting things together. Oh, look at that, I chose the wrong size, look. Oh no, that was stupid of me. That was very silly. Tell me what I did wrong. I meant to choose that one and I put in the other one. No, I didn't. I meant that. That just doesn't go, does it? It's not the right size. It's much too small. I thought it would be just a bit bigger, look, but it's too small. But that goes quite nicely, doesn't it? I prefer that than to go that. I could do a black circle because I know I have the next circle up, not the scallop die, but a black. I might do that because it sort of like needs something just to go along there, but that fits nicely into there. And that would go on to there. I actually quite like the doily. I'm going to go with the doily. It's always good to cut a couple of options out, I think. Well, that's what I feel anyway. So, time for tape. Woohoo, time for tape. I might actually, shall I ink the edges or not? I've just got that little bit just there. It's just another gadget to buy. A tool-in-one would be another gadget to buy when I have things that I can make do with. I'm trying desperately not to buy lots of tools and things, you know, it's because where do you stop? I've just been watching some people with showing their craft rooms and that, and I have to tell you, I am totally shocked and horrified when I look at their craft room tools and then don't do it professionally. It's just, you know, ordinary Joe Blow, and I know it makes people happy, but when I look at things like that and I think they have so much stuff, they don't know what they have, and then they buy all this storage stuff to put all the things in, and they spend a huge amount of money on it, and then when the next best storage thing comes along, then they change all their storage. Then they have papers there, and I mean a whole, oh no, I won't say anything just in case you're watching the same videos as well, but anyway, they have lots of papers that they never use, that they used to use, and you know how much the pads of papers cost and everything. And I know it's a bit different in the UK and New Zealand and Australia because we don't have Michaels or Joanne, so for us it's really, really expensive. and they never use the papers, and then they move on to the next best storage, the next best fad that comes along, and it's like, oh my goodness, you know. And I know it makes you happy and it's a good thing to do, but there must come a point where your hobby probably makes a pauper of you when you have that much stuff. It's yeah, it shocks me actually that some people can get so carried away by it all that they have to have the latest, best and newest thing, and you know, onto the next fad, and spend so much money on it. And oh, and I know that you look at them and you know these people aren't rich. You absolutely know they're not rich people that have that money to put on it, and it's like, man. Shocks me, truly does. But if it makes them happy, I'm not, you know, I'm not going to knock them for that. But I'm just saying it shocks me. Ooh. If I get to the point where my dies get more, you know, that I can't fit them into my box, then I'm just going to like have to shoot myself. Have to shoot myself. Unless, of course, I become a professional card maker. then I can do it. Oh, man. Then you wouldn't be buying it either, would you? Oh, shocker. The thing is that we don't seem to know that we do it either. Right. Normally I would be inking around the edges on this, but I don't think I will on this one, because I bought this paper in a garage sale. And it's a little bit tattered, and you know, I'm not sure how much the ink would seep in, because I think it's paper's a little bit old. It looks old to me anyway. You know, I do a lot of my shopping for my mixed media work in the second-hand stores and that. So what I'm going to do is pop the sketch there again for you to see, and you can see as I build the card how much I'm keeping to it or not as I go along. So deconstructingjen.com, she's got hundreds of card sketches on her website there, and I've been using her card sketches for quite a while now. It took me a long time to be able to work card sketches as well. It's a little bit of a it's actually not as easy as it looks at first glance. Yeah, took me ages to get the hang of it, but now I do. I love using card sketches. Takes the guesswork out of it, huh? Yeah, the pound shop. Didn't know they sold papers in the pound shop. Not that I ever got to see many when I was in the UK, but we've got $2 shop here, and I haven't a $2 shop, and I haven't seen any papers in the $2. Yeah, they've got it's a lie. They've got card stock in there, but not design paper. So I'm just lining this up on a grid, and I'm going to use it to help line up my piece here, standing up again. So I don't want to get it crooked. Did you hear me knock things down when I stood up there? Don't know what it was, but it went on the floor. So I'm just going to cut this down. Use my longer scissors because it will be easier. It's a little bit easier to get a straighter line with longer scissors. Yep. We can get too precious over the latest supplies and that, can't we? I do have some hoarded graphic 45 paper. I've got to admit it. I've got a 12 by 12 pad here that I've hoarded. Because I splashed out and bought some because I love graphic 45 and it's so expensive I don't want to use it. That's the problem, isn't it? When you get expensive things, it's quite difficult to make yourself use it. But I will use it eventually. I've only hoarded it for 2 months now, so I haven't had it very long. I can like fondle it for a bit longer and then I'll use it on a project. The double-sided tape I use is cheap stuff, finger lift tape and that, and but when I make my albums, I do like to use really good strong. Oh, look at that! I put that on the wrong side. Never mind. Just go the other direction. I've got the ladies. Yeah, I've got. What's it? The ladies. What's it called? The ladies diary ones. Yeah, I've got the pad with the stickers and the wood chip bits and things. As I say, you know, I like to get it out every now and again and go like that. Because this little pack here in New Zealand dollars cost me $70, and so it's like, man, I bought myself a Christmas present. It's like with Christmas money, it's like, oh. There you go. That's my guilty secret, that one. I haven't told my husband that I bought it either. He knows now though if he watches. I've also got a really nice paper cutter as well. A really, really good one. Sometimes you just got to do it. Got to bite the bullet and do it. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I really, There's one paper that I really do. Well, actually, I like Bo Bunny for cards. Yeah, it's very dear here too, Sandy. It's like, you know, that's why I'm just holding it for a little while, just to fondle it before I use it. It's like, oh man, what do you like? Should never have bought it. Should never have bought it because it's like, you know, I can't use it yet because it's like too expensive. Oh. But I'll be ashamed of myself in a little while, and then I'll use it, and then I'll be happier. $70 New Zealand dollars will be something like £63, I think. Can you imagine paying that for a paper pad? It's like, how terrible is that? That's awful, isn't it? When I actually say it out loud and convert it for you. Oh man, that's how expensive it is in New Zealand. How shocking is that? How shocking is that? I should be ashamed of myself. Right, I'm just going to put, because it's black, of course, I'm just going to put it in a white sheet there so I can write on it. Which will be a 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Or I can just use one of my white pens. So I do have white pens. I suppose next week I better make my anniversary card. That's it, 32 years in April 6th. Yeah, we do have to have a treat every now and again. And I just bought some lace from Scrimpies. Scrimping Mummies. She had that little sale on, and so I've had it sent over in the UK because my husband's coming out in 2 weeks' time. In just less than 2 weeks' time, of course. So thanks, Debbie. So he's coming out in 2 weeks' time, and of course, because my daughter's getting married, so he's be here for the wedding. So I thought, oh, what do I need? What would I like? What would I like him to bring that I can't afford to get shipped? So yeah. Yay, congrats. April must be a really good month. It's like in the UK anyway, a really good month for weddings. Yeah, she's doing it every so often, Debbie. It was a pop-up thing that she decided to do. She's not actually selling it anymore. I think she's just getting rid of stock every now and again. Because she will still have some stock there, wouldn't she? Yeah. She only, I don't know, she put up very few kits, and I just happened to, she put it up as an event, and I just happened to be around when she was doing it. So but if I'd have had to have it shipped over here, I wouldn't have done it. I only bought it because my hubby's coming out, so it's just like, yeah. So she did she did post it that she was doing it. You obviously just missed it. So Sandy, when's Mother's Day in the UK? I could look it up online. Could look it up online, but it's easier to ask you here. (26th of March), yeah. So I am in time. My mum should get it. 26, no, maybe not. It'll be late. It'll get there late. 10 days from here. Oh, should have done it earlier. Should have done it last week, but I just only just found out actually it was Mother's Day, as I say, because I move around so much. It's quite difficult to keep up with it. Got to make another one now for the mother-in-law. She'll get that late too, of course. But I need to find out what it is in Spain actually, because my mum now lives in Spain. She's gone. Yeah, better late than never. See ya. Still thinking of you, mum. But yeah. Oh, so yeah. The thumbs down I get on my videos are obviously my mum. I get an occasional thumb down, so when I look to see where it comes from, I know it's my mum. But she's thinking, she never thinks of me. Yes, I hope she enjoys it. So that was just me doing the card using the card sketch, just to show you what it's like to use a card sketch. I'll probably do it again because it just makes it a bit easier to make cards when you're a bit stuck. And deconstructingjen.com, she has loads of card sketches there, and she'll often have she'll put a photograph of the card she's made from the card sketch for you to use. If you can't decipher what the card is supposed to look like. I wish now that I'd actually backed the papers here, but maybe I'll do it again and do that off camera. Thanks, Debbie. Well, thanks for your company, ladies. It's really nice that you came and joined me. And I didn't bore you too much with the making a card. It's very difficult making cards. To do it live and that, unless you have other people there chatting along, because you have all these processes you've got to go through, and it's, you know, I might do a Copic colouring one next week. Might do, you know, because I've got lots of little stamps with people on and that, and so I might Copic colour those. It's morning for me, but good night where you are, Deb. It's still morning. It's 10 to 11 on Tuesday morning for me, so it's yeah, quite nice. So thanks, as I say, thanks for joining in and stopping by. Yeah, I've enjoyed all your company too. Thank you. It's really nice. I like doing the live streams because it saves me having to edit the videos. But of course, I can't do a live stream on a really long make, because that's just like too, you know, too much. Too much. Yeah, I'm surprised my husband hasn't been trying to text me to say good night. Because he's still in the UK. For now, he'll be here soon. So I'm going to go now, and thanks for joining in. Hope you join me again soon. And so I'll be on again live Thursday with Eileen on International Crafters. I don't know, is it me or Eileen this week? Might be me crafting this week. Oh, I better check. Was it me last week or Eileen? I can't remember. So yeah, International Crafters on my Thursday. I don't know what time that is. You know, that's New Zealand time Thursday. Oh, yeah, we have a good laugh when we do it together. So, yeah, see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.